Hey, remember how good that...
Is that better?
Test.
Testing.
1 2 1 2.
Testing.
Yep. So yeah, it was only Proctor that could be heard that whole time. Dang
And I wasn't saying anything.
Yep. Well, I thought I had heard Michael cough at the very beginning, but I guess that was you.
Proctor's
It was
muffled,
probably me coughing.
muffled, struggling breathing. The labored breathing that Proctor has this time of year is just—it's consistent and roaring at times. And it astonishes me that the last 12 minutes.
Just listen to Proctor.
Well, see, I had a setting there was a setting I changed to fix it, but originally you said it was working, so I didn't change it at the get-go because you said it was working. I was afraid I was going to break it.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Yeah,
Monday.
that's how you start it. I ban everyone in chat, and now
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I have the audio on. What's
make
next?
the announcement about the website again, please, Brantley.
what?
Make the announcement about the website.
You know, and the chat, because nobody, if this is the first they've heard, then they didn't hear the go to Foolish Tech Show and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, go to where Michael just said.
Yeah. He's talking about
The
welcome
usual
to the
announcements.
show. We're here to talk about our stuff.
Oh yeah, we want to help everyone. So if you have any
Go to
questions,
the chat at gosh, man, I'm still waking up. FoolishTechShow.com. There's a thing there.
Hey, we got Glenn in here as well as RTM Tech. And at least Proctor didn't say anything bad. That's always a good thing, RTM Tech.
Oh yeah. When do we bury you?
He sounds sick enough to be dead.
He looks rough too. Show yourself.
Yeah. How did you get your video to freeze black and white, Michael?
Michael, show yourself.
Oh, now it's back.
Well, let me see. We spotlight video.
Now he's muted.
I don't know if that works. Gosh, was he in a robe or something? Yeah, look, he looks like death. Goodness. Oh well, yeah. Hope you feel better, Michael.
Alright, you can unspotlight that video.
I did. Just someone other than me had to say something.
Oh, it forces it out of gallery view when you do that. That's not cool.
Oh no!
Changes my settings.
Sorry. Who's doing the whatchamacallit? Oh, you're doing the. Who's doing the?
Proctor's doing the stream.
Oh.
You have the settings since you started the meeting. So like, you could change Michael's name right now.
Oh yeah. But what I'm saying is, what like who controls the layout of the Proctor controls the layout, obviously.
Yeah, Proctor controls the layout.
And so if I screwed that up, then the layout Proctor come back and fix it.
Proctor, did it take you out of gallery view as well?
No, everything looks right.
Huh.
Oh.
Stream
So
should
it
be
only
fine.
took me out of gallery view.
Are you doing the dual screen monitor thing with it still?
Yeah.
I switched from that. I switched away.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, because I'm not doing the dual screen thing. I don't like it. I like gallery view on a single screen.
Well, for me, the dual screen thing was always switching. It was always changing when y'all would be doing stuff. I don't think it does it with it.
The only reason it changed before that I had noted, well, we never spotlight people.
Oh, and there is a setting though. Actually, there is a setting in there somewhere. It's like,
don't change yourself.
yeah, well, yeah, it's like one that's checked by default, and it's something like switch to whatever when someone changes the video or something, full screen or something. I don't. There's a setting in there. I think I disabled it.
I don't really care enough to change settings on this thing. RTM Tech, what hosed the videos? I tried to host it, and my bandwidth is apparently not enough to stream to both YouTube and Twitch, so it barely streamed to either.
Michael is a trooper. It wouldn't.
Thank you all.
He typed all that and then he said thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You get better from sicknesses when you're working.
It's actually easier to type than it is to talk right now. So
So, do we know anything? Did anyone try the uninstaller?
I have not, no. I was working on some feature requests and issues for the Crypto Prevent beta, so we should have a new build of that coming out today.
Super.
Yeah.
I had something on my mind about that and I forgot what it was. Actually.
Hmm. Well, other news, they had a major breakthrough for solar cells. The worst time to live off solar power is when it's raining. Apparently, they've made solar cells that can now generate power from raindrops.
Wow.
So you'll get power when it's sunny and power when it's rainy. So it's a pale comparison right now because it's new technology where it converts sun at 22%, but rain only gets about 6.5%. So still awesome. That's better than 0% that you would get without any there. Glenn tried it on a machine, but didn't try any of the auto switches.
Okay. I wouldn't expect anything different, but I don't know why. I went through and the revision I have has the buttons are different than they are in the it's a weird mix.
Hmm. Yeah, why would you have done different buttons?
I don't know. I might have been in the process of changing something, and in the interface. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Glenn, not a well. I guess it would be hydroelectricity, but it'd probably be way cooler to have little mini hydroelectric things that you could put on your gutters. Patent that idea if no one else has had it. TM. Patent pending. As I start it. Well, other news that's not so great for awesome creative inventors. Sad day in the news of jetpacks. We are a step further away from becoming Rocketeer Man. One of the executives of Jetpack International crashed mid-flight of his jetpack. I didn't even know they had real jetpack testing, but uh-oh, he wasn't wearing a helmet either. If you gotta wear a helmet to bike ride, you should definitely have to wear a helmet to jetpack. That only makes common sense.
What is this common sense you speak of? And is it really that common?
Exactly.
Oh, and super exciting. We're a step closer to the Suicide Squad, so hopefully this feels the fail or comes back from the failure of Superman versus Batman, which was a terrible movie. I do not recommend seeing it for anyone for any reason.
That's
But
what everyone says.
yeah, it's not very good at all. Like, there were no good parts in it, really. I was fairly disappointed by it. But Suicide Squad looks awesome. Even if the previews have already shown me the entire movie, I think I would be fine with it just being able to watch it in a continuous sequence. Yeah, for Batman versus Superman, it was like the entire time I just kept wishing it was Christian Bale as Batman and would have been like, man, this movie would be so much better if it was just Christian Bale. And then the Superman, I don't even know who I would want to play Superman. I kind of just wish they would just give up trying to make new Superman and just go fully CGI with him. And just not have him as a real person at all.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then Wonder Woman, I don't know where the frick she came from. What?
Was she in that?
Yeah, Wonder Woman's in it. It's like, what? That? Huh? Apparently, she's a off-spin experiment of Lex Luthor.
Oh.
And like, there's 3 other people. One of them being Aquaman.
Really?
What in the world?
You're busting out the Justice League under Lex Luthor or something?
I have no idea, but it is not good.
I don't know. See, my problem with DC Comics has always been that the characters themselves were really kind of lame compared to the Marvel characters. You know? I mean, Aquaman, come on. I mean, okay, Marvel had Namor, but I don't know. Everybody has their thing. But still, DC, they just had like fewer characters and they were all lamer somehow. So I just never saw like a comic book movie about anything DC being good, you know, outside of the traditional, you know, couple of, you know, Superman and such.
It's definitely
Christopher
lamer.
Reeve, you know. And I mean, and of course the Christian Bale Batmans are badass, but I don't think that's really.
I never really got into the comic book sides, and
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
I
just
didn't. I didn't do. Actually, I didn't do any of the DCs at all myself. But I did a lot of Marvel comics, X-Men.
the only versus that I ever liked was Marvel versus Capcom. I don't know why they didn't take the movie franchises that route, because that would have been way better. They did a terrible job with the Capcom side of the movie franchise business.
Yeah. How about Street Fighter movie, huh? Jean-Claude Van Damme
Terrible.
as Guile.
It's so funny though, because Mortal Kombat really started all movie.
Adam's Family Guy was Bison. What? But I don't know. But you know, the Batmans were cool, and actually, I like the other Batmans. I think Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Actually, he was the best Bruce Wayne in Batman. You know, because Christian Bale was badass Batman for the story, but okay, you got to give Tim Burton what he did for you know, those Batmans. You know, it started with Michael Keaton because you know that was just awesome, Tim Burton Batman. But with the Penguin and stuff, and DeVito, good part. I mean, that was just as good as getting Patrick Stewart to play Xavier. You know, that was just like that whole bam, here it is. That's the guy.
Playing Xavier was better.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going to see that new one. I just don't even care anymore. Because when that came out and it was Xavier, it was like my favorite comic. I guess like the patriarch of the family in this comic. always the good moral standard, and then here's the best actor, Patrick Stewart, that we all look up to and like, and Michael Keaton took entire SNL out when he hosted. They told him they normally take the host out and pay. Oh, neat! Wow. Michael Keaton, he was really cool. I think he was just a good because he played a good transition between Batman and Bruce Wayne. A and B, he didn't do the weird voice that Christian Bale does. Stop it! Come on, man. It's with a lisp too. Stop it. You know.
I thought he was a good Batman.
That man doesn't talk like that. It actually kind of ruined those Batmans for me just a little bit. You know, because they were awesome in so many other ways. I ignored it, but it annoyed me.
Morgan Freeman in it.
It still annoyed me.
Yeah, this is a shirt that Johnny got me.
Yeah.
And RTM Tech, that was a interesting link. Is that airplanes that are parachuting?
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Glad I got up here.
When the large tab came and he wanted to pay, he said, "Of course I pay. I'm Batman."
Well, I haven't read any news over the weekend. I haven't done anything this morning.
Oh, well, you missed that the Petya ransomware encryption's been defeated and they have a password generator for it now.
You need take that. Oh, neat. There's. Are you seeing this?
What?
Let's see. This. Gosh, man. Stop that. But it says this website. I just look. This website is using math to create every possible patent.
Dang it! They may have gotten my gutter hydroelectric dams.
Oh.
Are they patenting the log from Ren and Stimpy? It's log, it's better than that, it's wood.
So this website is an attempt to democratize ideas. Preempt patent trolls. Uses algorithms to generate new prior art, which it publishes under Creative Commons license, thereby making the concepts harder to patent. He explains how it works. Pulling text from entire database of patents. Unapproved, and creating prior art from the patent language.
I wonder if he'll get blacklisted from patents now that an article's come out about it.
Most inventions generated will be nonsensical. The cost to computationally create and publish millions of ideas is nearly zero, which allows for a higher probability of possible valid prior art. So this is prior art.
Glenn says all the local Australian newspapers are going stupid over ransomware, and all the experts have their fixes for the hackers.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad they all know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, what's concerning about that is that I think that these kind of things are going to become more and more frequent. There's a childbirth charity hack that leaks 15,000 expectant parents' data. So, and like, why would you hack a childbirth charity place? Like, that's a terrible place to hack. But like that's gonna be crappy that like every day you have to look out and see if your data has been breached because you're working with some company that didn't keep your data private.
Yeah. That's just exactly why I am starting to get really sketchy about that. But what can you do? I'm just
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of the points that I told Michael about his privacy. It's like he has to give his information out to certain people. So once you give out your information, you're basically putting your trust in third parties and essentially broadcasting it out to the world. So
okay. Thank you, RTM Tech. Prior art explains this. It's a reference to previous patent. Patent improvement on an existing patent, but you have to reference the prior art. I don't know, RTM Tech, if you can really choose that a company store your data or not. I kind of think they might give you the illusion of choice.
yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not just companies.
They might not long term store and sell your data in this area, but they still got it over there, probably kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just companies though. It's governments, local organizations. I mean, obviously, being so into the plane stuff, I'm sure the FAA has some records on you. Sure, they're not up to snuff on cybersecurity. They barely can handle drones. And that's a new innovation in their field of expertise.
Hard stuff.
And RTM Tech went the right way. He just made up a phony identity to give out to everyone.
Mm. I used to do that where I could. It became difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the government stuff, you have no choice there. So.
Yeah. Usually a lot of payment, credit kind of thing, unless you're one of those people like Michael, but actually motivated to do something about it.
Yeah.
And go out and purchase burner cards and things and whatnot. But you can't do that now.
Well, and we talked about this a little bit on Friday, but if the senators have it their way, it's going to be even harder for data privacy and staying away from these breaches. So if you wanted to read over that bill, they actually have the full draft on that page, which I don't think we had on Friday. But yeah, it is pretty bad. And I'd like to just point out the picture there. That does not seem like the face of technology that should be setting standards for technology. Like those seem like the last two people that should be making any decisions about new technology or encryption.
No, I think that's age discrimination, Brantley.
No, that's completely based on other looks than age.
Okay.
That's based on they don't look like they own a computer at home. The only reason they probably use an iPhone is to make phone calls. I doubt they even text. Well, this one is for all the non-Linux fanboys. If you thought your system was safe just because you were on Linux, they just freed 4,000 Linux machines that were in a Spam Botnet. So you still got to be careful. There was a custom packer used that concealed the Perl-based source code that made it run backdoor that gave attackers persistent access. But just think of how many out there are still. That's true, Glenn. It could definitely be worse with Trump's IT policy of let's create the Great Firewall of America. Turn off the internet if we don't like what we see.
But Brantley, I'm just looking at this bill right now, and it's exactly what we were arguing about. And it's exactly what I predicted over this whole Apple iPhone thing.
Yeah. I mean, they were even saying that if you wanted to provide stuff, you had to decrypt it or take part and assist in decrypting it.
Sasha, come on, girl. Come here, Sasha. Come here, bud. You about to get messed up. My cat. About to mess up Sasha. Whoa, Bubs. Bubs gets that look, man. He'll fly like and like he did one time, like it's just like around the corner, like I didn't even see Bubs at all, and Sasha was just sitting there kind of in the doorway looking at me all happy, and Bubs just goes like that, just literally like that in my field of vision, and then like wraps his claws around Sasha's neck and flips over the neck and then lands kind of hanging like this, on their neck. I was like, man, ouch. I'm biting and stuff. I was like, yeah. But they usually play nicer.
Yeah, RTM Tech, there's been a lot of grief over Oculus Rift's privacy policy. I didn't look too much into it, but is it really that bad?
Yes, it's really that bad from what I've read. It says, okay, so basically it says that they have unlimited usage of everything that you create with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they also can, use any information they want that they obtain for any purpose that they want explicitly, sharing the information that they retrieve with advertisers and third parties and stuff like that. So it's pretty against everything we believe in here. So.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. If you want to be like that and contribute to that, that's fine. But they should really pay you for that equipment if you want to do that.
Well, that's the thing. It's expensive, and they
know. Like, why would you want to pay?
Hey,
for their business model, they want to.
Hey, Michael, Nick.
Sorry.
The article that RTM Tech just linked to says, as Ars Technica, a place that Michael really likes, points out, Oculus isn't collecting much more than most technology companies, aside
I did read that
of the headset.
Okay, well,
it's just basically the same data.
What about their ability? Yeah, but what about their ability to use everything that you create with it? Everything that you create with the Oculus Rift?
They don't have anything mentioning that, so it doesn't look like.
What do you create with a VR headset?
Okay, so it's a development kit. So ostensibly, third parties are going to be using it for their games and everything else that they create with it, and that means Oculus, to some extent, has unlimited usage to all that material. But
what you're really probably talking about, though, I haven't read it. I don't know, but what you may even really be talking about is that Oculus has access to use, like, say, game footage that somebody creates in their commercials to promote their product. That's probably what they're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about, but it sounds scary.
Yeah, I know you don't know what they're talking about, actually. So that's why I haven't read it either, but
yeah, all I'm seeing is stuff about the senator response.
But my point is exactly that for things as small and petty as what I just described, they do have to put language in there like that these days, especially because of people like you always wanting, and me always wanting accountability for these things. Although, yeah, I care a little bit less than you do, Michael, but you know, I mean, it's because of that attitude that this language has to exist. And then when we see the language, it angers us further. I'm just pointing that out. Not in all cases, but it just seems kind of a thing.
I just don't think it's a terribly good idea to get a new product into developers' hands and then, that you want to be accepted by everyone and that you want to become a dominant player in the market. I don't know. But you're right. I mean, you do have a good point that, yeah, if it's absolutely required that they do protect themselves, then.
The short version, as explained by Ars Technica, is that Facebook can keep tabs on what software you're running through the Oculus, so what games you're playing, and it can know where you're using the Oculus and your head tracking.
Mm.
And they'll probably share that with other Facebook-owned companies. Nothing about anything you develop or create is going to be owned by Oculus.
But since you actually bring that up,
owned, but they have unlimited rights to use it, meaning, I don't know, they could impact your ability to sell with that depending upon how they
Well, that's how Oculus is. That's how its VR system's set up. Like with this, everything that you play on this Oculus, the Gear VR, since it's powered by Oculus, is going through the Oculus interface. You have to go through Oculus's store. So they have their own, it's like Google Play. They have their own Play Store, and that's where you buy all your games and your VR apps and everything. So,
but since you did point out it was Facebook owned, I do want to explicitly state that my defense of some of these things do not apply in this case. I don't think, because of that. I cannot, will not ever defend anything privacy related as far as Facebook is concerned. So they're not good, in my opinion. Bad. Not good. Bad.
yeah, RTM Tech is right. Facebook, Google, all of them have lots of data on us, no matter if we want to or not. Even Apple has a file on Foolish IT apparently, because we have tried to send Steve Jobs one too many free copies of Crypto Prevent.
I know. Sorry, Steve. This is a state. Didn't mean it.
If you're putting in fake email addresses, don't use the Steve Jobs one, because Apple still monitors those. Apparently.
And it's not going to do anything either.
They reply to the company that sent them emails.
Yeah, they do. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's funny, but
threatened to blacklist us on all of the iPhones. No, they didn't really do that.
I don't know what they. It seems like they. I don't know. They weren't happy though.
They did make some sort of threat to us, I believe.
I think so. Now that we're advertising our Achilles heel here.
Well,
that's one of those things. Like it's like we wrote them, and it's like, hey, and they, we had several times, and I wrote them several times back, and I was like, hey, has no one ever entered this email address into random submission form on the web just because? Has that never happened before? Do you really not understand what's going on here and have to threaten us for some reason? Or,
yeah.
What? Anyway.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Very, very ridiculous.
Ours is a technology company. Get with the program. Sheesh. But I don't know if they ever did anyway. So.
That's funny. So RTM Tech sent a warning email to people about malicious attachments, and then Gmail automatically asked, "Where's the attachment? You forgot to add your malicious attachment." I can see a spammer or someone doing that, like about to send an email through Gmail and their Spam Botnet. Oh, that's right. I'm glad you reminded me.
Hey, a provider of remote computing service or electronic communication service to the public that distributes licenses for products, services, applications, or software of or by a covered entity in this document, and look that actually up there, shall ensure that any such product, services, application, software distributed by a person be capable of complying with subsection.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that it's going to be illegal for you to not check out and vet stuff that you distribute. And if you do get caught distributing stuff that you haven't vetted and the company itself that's providing it can't assist the courts, then you'll get in trouble as well. It's a ridiculous setup in law. Yeah, Glenn, I saw that post as well, that someone hacked a radio stations to broadcast a 90-minute podcast. I think it was about furries.
A covered entity is anybody with encrypted data, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's a crazy setup that they're going for.
Well, I hope it's 7-zip or something. That's what I'm going to keep. Yeah, we're not switching to our no.
But even like what we do for the passwords and stuff, that would be encrypted.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we can't decrypt what they have for their we can't decrypt what you store on dcloud right now.
Mm-mm.
We would have to change that.
Yeah, that's with your tech password that we're not supposed to know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we would have
or
to
your employees, really. But
we would have to change that to fix that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
But well, yeah, because then that encrypts your configuration. But none of the actual. I guess the only data in there is your email address and stuff.
Yeah, but if they came and asked who owns this copy of D7 that we found on this computer,
Well,
we would have to find out through the config or something. That would be great.
we'd probably have to find out we'd probably find out without that. I don't think that would be.
Yeah. Yeah, and if somebody hacks the code and injects something malicious, who's to blame then?
That is always an issue.
I still don't think anyone has beaten the ultimate hack of the Doctor Who series.
Hmm?
The Mad Max Headstrom or Max Headstrom hack.
What?
You know what I'm talking about. You
I have
just
no idea. What you're talking about? Max Headroom?
yeah.
The guy from the 80s TV show thing?
Yeah. That's the most famous. That's the most famous television hack that's probably one of the most famous hacks in the world.
What's that have to do with Doctor Who?
They never got caught for it. They hacked Doctor Who during a primetime showing and broadcasted this. I'll give you the link here.
Doctor Who? I thought that was the news or something.
No, it was a Doctor Who episode.
Oh. watch Doctor Who. Jade's all into it though. I've seen someone with her like in recent year, but
I've never watched Doctor Who either.
yikes.
That's true, RTM Tech. I wanted to go back and watch that show, but I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, Glenn, if you securely wipe a folder, does that count as encryption or obfuscation even? Would you be liable for trying to recover that data going forward?
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean, that language didn't specify encryption. It said anything that impedes the recovery of data. Yeah. That would be wiping something. And if you couldn't comply because there's no way to recover from that data recovery, then you would go to jail, or you'd have to send it off to a hard drive place and pay for it yourself. That's crazy. No comment, read Doctor Who. Well, one other news story I got is some happy news. You don't often hear of castaways on deserted islands in the Pacific actually getting rescued, but these people did, thanks to the Navy's P-8 Poseidon, which apparently has been doing quite a few things over in the Pacific. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out.
Neat.
I thought it was cool that they did the whole help spelled out on the beach thing.
Was because SOS is like one letter shorter.
I don't know why. I think it's just because, well, I mean,
millennials maybe.
It's not like they had a lot of time constraint, and they weren't in short of palm tree leaves. So
Well, I guess. No.
like they probably could have said please. We'd love to help.
They could have just wrote something around the beach.
Yeah.
Just started writing from one end to the other.
It is pretty crazy though that there's still like deserted islands that you can get stranded on.
I was just thinking about that, and then I quickly realized that there probably are lots of places like that, for the simple fact that getting there and getting supplies there in and out, and maybe they don't support, a sustainable lifestyle of any sort. It's entirely possible that people like maybe live there or something. They are deserted literally because they were like, all right, we can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, this is just an island full of trees and
we need some peoples or something. Maybe a Taco Bell.
Oh, SOS is for save our ship.
Hmm.
And you recall
they didn't have a ship. Okay, well, get technical while you're on the island. Why not? I guess they knew the language.
I think that's funny that you're like, they're probably millennials and you didn't even know what SOS.
Yeah, I'm a Xer, so I don't know other stuff. I know the acronyms. I don't know what they mean. But at least I've heard of them.
I think SOS is easier to do in Morse code too, so
Yeah.
that may be when you would want to do that. Yeah, actually, it looks like it is. It was created for Morse code. It became associated with such phrases as "save our ship" or "save our souls" or "send out succor."
Huh.
What that is, but it was actually created as a distress signal for Morse code. So
Thank you.
it doesn't actually mean anything except help. Stuck in foolish IT. That's a good one, Glenn. Let's see if there's anything else new out. Monday, there's always a whole bunch of blog posts, but nothing really interesting this past Monday.
Yeah, sheesh, I don't know.
Uh-oh. Speaking of data breaches becoming much more rampant, apparently the Syrian government got hacked and 43 gigabytes of data spilled from that. Eventually, it's just going to be that there's nothing to leak. It's all going to be just recopies of leaks. That's a good one too, RTM. See, things like this are coming out on this Monday. Who needs a smart umbrella that's going to tell you when it rains? Is it like vibrate in my pocket or something?
I think I can tell when it's raining.
Yeah. Well, no, this tells you when it's going.
Oh, going to rain. Okay.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm listening to my umbrella before it rains anyway.
Mine's probably shoved in the coat closet where I can't find it in the first place.
Oh, man, are you serious? Come on, man. It better be here today.
Next will be the smart condom.
My curtain rod's
Oh, I did see an interesting link about autonomous cars, but I didn't save it.
I'm about ready to get to work. It's 9 o'clock, bro. We got anything going on? Questions? Something?
No real questions right now. Was this it? Oh no, this was it. So I didn't actually read the article, but just reading the headline made me think about autonomous cars and having autonomous only highways for cars. like if you're not focused on driving, you're able to look around a lot more. So that may bring back scenic trips and stuff. So that's something that's been dying out west. Like a lot of your famous scenic routes are no longer popular tourist attractions because everybody wants to be on the interstate and just get to where they're going as fast as possible. But if you're in an autonomous car, it's probably going to end up going faster, especially if it's on an all autonomous highway. In theory, that's what's supposed to happen, is that you take out the stupid element that's driving it and things go a lot smoother. But in either case, like, you're not focused on driving anymore. You can enjoy the scenery, and a lot of the interstates are made to look dull and not attractive. So where's Mark? Who's Mark? Need a techie question? None from me, but go ahead, Glenn. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Forever?
Forever.
Man, you got me typing that in the
Forever?
it's like forever.com. Wait a minute. What am I doing?
What?
I didn't get to the .com, but I was like, what am I doing?
Wait, where does that take you?
I don't know. I don't care. I was trying to go to our website. Let's see.
What is this? Forever guaranteed storage? Photo and print storage? Media files? Photo and media conversion? God, that was a dang good .com grab. Alright, RTM Tech, you have to get to work. Glenn's got a busy week. Had a cheapo PC repair crew coming in town. You run them out of town, Glenn. Oh, so they just brought you a whole bunch of work. Well, I guess that's good. Yeah, and Facebook is all stories that are just rehashes. I didn't know that Facebook had a news section, so. Anyway, we are going to wrap it up here. So, thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. If anyone has any questions about our software services, that's what we're here for. If you watched all the way to the end of this, we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tuesday, 12th. And otherwise, we hope everyone has a great start to their week.
Yep.
Come on out, Proctor.